morning. I would like to open this meeting of the Personnel Board for the Town of Dudley for the month of October. I'm Lorna Wade, Chairperson.
Rose Smolka.
Mary Beth Marziotti.
Peter Fox, alternate.
And this morning, we'd like to welcome Peter back to the board. He was approved last night to be an alternate and will sit in when we need to have a quorum, and so he will be part of the board today and be a voting member.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're very happy to have you and your expertise.
Thank you very much.
The first item on the agenda is the minutes for the last meeting in September. All of you received the minutes via email, and I hope that you've read them. Other than Peter, you have not seen them, but you weren't here anyway for that meeting. I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as they were presented.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes of the September meeting that we had. The minutes were emailed to us.
Yes, I would second that motion.
Is there any discussion about those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
And the minutes have been approved, noting that Peter abstained because he wasn't present for that meeting.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. The next item on the agenda are appointments. There was an appointment for the, which is not on here, but the appointment I stood in on the interviews for the library, the youth director, and there were 2 able applicants, and the job was offered to one of the applicants, and I don't know whether that person has accepted yet, so we'll wait for the official announcement upon that, but it was a very well-run interview, and I enjoyed the process. Resignations, there are none. Old business, there is none. New business, last evening at the Selectmen's meeting, a request, I had spoken to Greg about the fact that there would be it would be a real asset to have an alternate on the board for several reasons, in order to have a quorum for voting, and even if we have a quorum, a 4th person, Peter could be involved in that committee for voting reasons, because an odd number is always significant and more important to have an odd number so that we don't have a tie. The board approved that, and then they approved the request to make Peter our alternate. So once again, we're just really happy to have you on the board with us, and
Thank you very much.
looking forward to having you work with us. And his term will expire in 2020. Other business, Chief Warner, would you like to come forward?
Thank you, Madam Chairman, and ladies and gentlemen. Just some information. I worked with Joan soon just after she left, and also worked with Michelle. My administrative assistant did inform me that she's going to be taking another job. So worked with the administrator and Joan to get the initial internal posting out. I believe now we've gone to an external posting with a deadline of October 30th, I believe, Michelle. Thank you for taking care of all of that. I appreciate it. So I think applications will be due in by the 30th of October. So I'd probably need someone to assist from the Personnel Board assist with the interviews. I know the last time, I think Ms. Marziotti assisted the town administrator and I with that process. So we're probably looking over seeing what we have for applications as they come in, and maybe setting something up for that second week of November in order to get somebody in place.
I didn't hear what the date you're looking for?
I think, well, October 30th is the deadline for applications, so we'd probably be looking for that following week, someday during that week there to set something up.
So if you let us know, I'm sure we'll have people who'd be willing to sit in with you.
Yeah, I think at least one would be helpful. If you get a couple, that would be great too. Carly, my assistant, has offered to come in and help the person with what they can. Her job is starting, I think, in the new location right around Halloween, so she's offered to be available to help out the person to get them acclimated to everything.
So clarify, the in-house posting is now posted in-house?
It's now posted outside because I believe, I think Joan posted it inside, she said, and there were no applicants internally. So they've gone to an external posting, so Michelle assisted with that process.
Okay.
We put that forward, and I believe it went out last week at some point, so the deadline, I think, is October 30th for external individuals.
Great.
So thank you very much for all the assistance. If there's anything that comes up or anybody has any questions, just let me know, and we'll work from there.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I could volunteer to participate in the interviews if the board would like.
Yes, certainly. And I would like to be also
Terrific.
on that.
The more the merrier. It takes two of you to replace Mary Beth, I see, so. Yeah. Good. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't want to take up any more of your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
As far as other business also, if, Michelle, you can note, last night, the selectmen approved a new policy on communications. And I think it would be really worth this board to also have a copy of that communication. We might be approached also. And also, if those people who are non-union members, when they read the communication, if it is appropriate that they be involved in that, if they would have a sign-off sheet that they have read the communication so it can be placed in their files. Yes, go ahead, Peter.
When you have training like that, it's always good to have the trainee sign and verify for records that they have had the training. It goes into their personnel folder. It's very much like the sexual harassment policy that you have to sign off. And this is especially important because the town has been through some issues this past year, and the communication policy is going to be important to the town.
Exactly. I don't believe there's any other business that I see on the agenda.
I do have a question, and maybe for you, Lorna, or Michelle, do we have applications for Joan's position?
At this point, there is one employee that is interested in this position, as well as the floater.
Personnel side of it?
Right,
Okay.
right. And I don't know if she's spoken with Greg about it yet, but she
Okay.
will be this week.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Our next meeting will be held on Tuesday, November 14th at 9 a.m. in the Dudley Municipal Complex, Veterans Memorial Hall, room 321A. If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The meeting has been adjourned. Thank you very much for being here.